Hi everyone, welcome. Not even welcome, I think I would say good morning because it's very early, right? We're gonna get started, and of course, I can see your chat. So let me chat box. I already said hi to some of you. Hi Tripti. Hi Anjay. Anjay, interesting name. Then there is Kishika. There's Raju. Hi Raju. I read some of your chat. Not bad. There is somebody called Shine Like the Sun. Keep shining. Interesting. Hi. Good to see everybody. Hi, Saksham. Saksham, have we met before? Because your surname is very familiar, Dubey. I think we have met before, but it's good to see everybody. There is Satish. This is which teacher? Satish. My name is Andreena. Don't worry, I will give an introduction. So chill hai. What else is there? Naisha. Your name is Naisha? That's interesting. I like that name. I've never heard that name before. Christian Gupta says hi. Hi, Christian. Nice to see you so early in the morning. It is very early for me also. This is usually when I have my breakfast, and now I'm taking a class. But I had my breakfast before this. I hope everybody had their breakfast. Uh, Jaiswal, hi. Hi, Aditya. Aditya, I feel like I've met you also before. But it's good to see everybody. I can read your chat live, so make sure that you're responding on the chat box if you want to talk to me, right? So let's get started, guys. Of course, welcome to the session. This is mostly going to be like a doubt session around verbs. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you need to go back to the previous video, which is the video that I did yesterday to actually understand what's happening, right? And of course, welcome to Unacademy to Junior Stars, which is 6th, 7th, and 8th, from what I remember. So, for somebody who was asking in the chat box, who is like, who is this? My name is Andreena, of course, right? And I did my bachelor's in economics 4 years ago. So I studied economics for 3 years from the university, which was a lot. After that, for the past 4 years, I've been doing a lot of teaching, not just with kids, but also with teachers. And I think most importantly, I've been learning more than anything. And I think that's what's most important. Yesterday, I told you that my favorite chocolate ice cream flavor is chocolate mint. Today, I'll tell you another detail, which is basically my favorite color is green. I don't know how many of your you have your favorite color as green, but mine is green and yellow. I love it. That's just saying. All right. And now that we're done with the quick introduction, let's also yes, that's Saksham. Of course, we have met before, but it's amazing to see you. Now I'm here, and I would love to see you in all the rest of my classes. Right? A quick introduction about Unacademy, if you don't already know. Right? So basically, it's CBSE class 6. Right? So you're not just gonna get to see me, but you're gonna get to see a lot of other teachers as well, which is, I think, the best part. So I'll tell you about it, right? So if you do subscribe with us, that is, if you do subscribe for the plus classes that we have, right, where you will get to see, work with me, learn with me, right, and teach me also a lot of things in the process. But you'll also get a lot of other teachers, right? So of course there are daily life classes. This is a live class. I can literally read what you're writing right now. Then there's of course structured courses. These courses are actually created by teachers, so they know what they're doing, right? So structured courses, there's of course live tests and quizzes. We have 3 quizzes in the class today, so make sure that you stick around for that, right? So 3 quizzes, each quiz has 10 questions, so it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to see you at Menti in a bit anyway. And of course, there's unlimited access. This is my favorite one because you don't just get to teach and learn with me, but you also get access to every other educator who is actually teaching on the platform. So 6 to 8, whoever is teaching, you get to select which tutor do you want to study from, right? And if at some point you feel like, oh, this is not working, then you can switch to another tutor, right? So a lot of these features are there that you can take advantage of if you become a part of us. Yes, which I would love. So we've already discussed live classes. Of course, you get to work with a lot of top educators, people who are really, really on the top of their game, which is amazing, right? And of course, there's comprehensive syllabus. These courses are actually created by the teachers themselves, so it's pretty amazing, right? You make sure, guys, that you download the Unacademy Learning app because you will get a lot of free videos and a lot of information about Unacademy and a lot of courses which are coming out for your grade or for another grade. right? So Unacademy Learning app, make sure that you download it going to the Play Store. And of course, stay in touch with us. You can go and download the Telegram app if you don't already have it. So go to the not Apple Store, wow. Go to the Play Store or Apple Store and actually go ahead and download the Telegram app. All you need to do is copy paste this link right here. Let me use my pen. Let's put it to good use. Where exactly is this pencil? Sure. Right, so this is basically the link that you'll have to copy paste after you're done downloading the Telegram group, and then you can join the group and of course stay in touch with us. All the important information will be given there. I will also tell you how to ask your doubts very actively, right? Of course, this is what the subscription page looks like when you go on it, right? So whenever you try to buy a subscription for no matter for how long, for a month, for 6, for 12, or for 24, right? I would suggest at least 6 to 12 months, because otherwise you will not know if the class is working out for you, if the teacher is working out for you, or if the explanation is working out for you. So these three things you will not know in a month for sure. So you need some time with the teacher to understand whether it's working out for you or not, right? You can of course use the code ANSYT, which is my code, right? And what exactly happens when you have that code? You actually get a 10% discount, and that's it. So if you ever plan to buy a subscription, you can use this code, and then of course you get to see me and a lot of other educators. You get to see Navamita ma'am, you get to see Jyoti ma'am, you get to see Shashank sir, you get to see Mohammed sir. So everybody you get the access to actually study for your grade. So it's pretty amazing. I wish I had that option, because I think I told in yesterday's class too. If I was in like 6th or 7th grade, I would be like, I was in section A, and then I would be like, I wish, the section C ka teacher taught me English or social science or science, right? Because sometimes you feel the other teacher is a little bit better, or I'm able to understand that better. So why not, right? Of course, we are going to start with the quiz time. Now, if you don't know what we're talking about, guys, this quiz is going to be related to yesterday's session. Please make sure that you check out yesterday's session if you have not checked it out already. It was on transitive, intransitive, helping, and linking verbs. Right, so make sure that you join. Let's go to Menti, because I think you already know what the code is. So it's 4844 10 questions around what I taught yesterday and what we learned yesterday. Right, I hope we're there. Let me escape it. Discard. Right. All right, let me go on the first quiz. All right. How do I? Oh, wow. Somebody's already given the answer. That's great. All right. Let me know, guys. The question is basic. They're very simple questions, by the way. They are like, it was raining heavily, right? Isme, you have to tell me the word heavily. Is it transitive, intransitive, or is it? How many was it active? I can't. Yes, of course, Saksham, we have a Menti quiz. I can't take a session without a Menti quiz. It's supposed to be very, very engaging. All right. Uh, Yes, Harshil, that's we will have a Menti. We are having it right now. Quickly, let me know, guys. What it was raining heavily. Is it transitive or intransitive? Most of you are saying that it was transitive. What do we think? Aditya, I'm also new to Unacademy. I also love it. And I love the fact that you're here. And make sure that you keep chatting, because it's nice to see you here. Right? Is both. Two of us are like, oh, it's both. I'm going to wait for 4 more responses, and then we're going to move forward to the next question. Right? It was raining heavily. Is it a transitive, intransitive, or is both? Right? The word heavily is the word that I want you to concentrate on, because that is the verb. Guys, we are discussing verbs. In case you don't know, you need to check out the last video. Right? 2 more responses, and then we will definitely I'll try to show the leaderboard. Right? Okay. Guys, heavily is actually, guess what? Is it transitive? Transitive actually needs an object in front of it. It's intransitive. Only 2 of you have given the correct answer, which is not the worst, but honestly, we can do better. Right? So I would recommend 16 or 620 of us need to go back to the previous video and actually check out what exactly are transitive and intransitive verbs. Right? Guys, transitive verbs, they need an object. Intransitive verb don't need an object. Right? Let's move on to the next question. All right, I will return the book tomorrow morning. Return is the verb here, right? Transitive or intransitive? What do you think? Somebody's like, oh, it's both. both. I would not place my bets कि वो both है. I feel like it could be either transitive or intransitive. Which are the only options that you have. I will return the book tomorrow morning. Return is the verb, guys. उसके आगे आप पीछे you have to see कि does it have an object, yes or no, and is it making sense, right? Most of us are like, oh, it's transitive, all right. One says it's intransitive, and one is like, oh, ma'am, it could be both, right? Let's wait for one more response, and then we'll move on. Yes, of course, I will try to. Yes. So 19. Okay, great. So most of us say it is transitive. Yes, guys, it is transitive. I don't remember. I got right on it, but if I could tell you, the book here is the object, right? So verb and the object. So whenever there is an object along with the verb and it makes sense, it becomes a transitive verb, right? Let's move on to the next question. We have 8 more questions, including this one. The man sat. That's it. Nothing more. Man sat. Transitive, intransitive, or do you think is both? Could be both, transitive or intransitive. One of us says it's both. Most of us say it's intransitive. Some of us say, oh, ma'am, it's transitive. Fair enough. Arshi, good to see you. Welcome to the session. I'm also very new here, so it's good to see other new faces. Good, Arshi. That is actually intransitive verb, because notice after sat, what am I doing? After sat, there is no object. That's it. It's just an action. It's just a verb without an object. But does it make sense? Yes. So is it going to be correct? Yes. It's going to be intransitive. So 18, no, 19 of us, give yourself some pat on the backs because you're absolutely correct. Right? Next question. The pilot started the engine. Very simple. The pilot started the engine, right? यहाँ पे sub है. यहाँ पे there is the pilot. I know is subject because he's doing the action. Started is the verb. Do you think there is an object? Mehpreet Kaur, yes, I used to. Yes, I used to quite a while back actually. Now I don't. Now I teach here. But it's good to see you, Mehpreet. It's good to know that you're keeping track. Nice. Right? I'm the kind of mentee. Harshal, let me know what kind of mentee do you like, and then we are gonna make sure that we can incorporate that as well. And there is multi-talented Krause. What does Krause mean? Hi, by the way. All right. Most of us say that it's transitive. Yes, guys, it is transitive because started is the verb. The engine is actually the object. You already know what's the rule. When there is an object and it makes sense, it's going to be a transitive verb. Right? So started becomes a transitive verb in the sentence. Next one, are we ready? Hope we are. The baby is sleeping. This is a little tricky. Baby is sleeping. Don't be so loud. Is both. Okay, some are like intransitive. Yes, Manat, I definitely taught science there in English. I actually taught English also there. I taught English and science. But I know that's hard to believe. But yeah. Could you like you're saying leaderboard दिखाना है? Could you tell me leaderboard कैसे दिखाते हैं? Because I think I'll have to learn that. I don't think I've learned that yet. Yes. Of course, the baby is sleeping. Don't be. Sleeping is the verb here, right? Sleeping is the verb here. Do you see any object after that? Right? Whenever there is a verb and there is no object, it's going to be an intransitive verb, guys. You have to always remember that. The baby is sleeping, it's going to be an intransitive verb, right? It's not going to be a transitive verb. All right? Let's move on to the next question. You've taught me. I'm glad I'm teaching you now also. I'm glad we're learning. She walked fast, right? Walked is the verb here. What do you think? Is it a transitive or intransitive verb? This is very tricky because a lot of times kids are like, ma'am, this could be both, right? Can I join the test? Yes, tech all-rounder guy. I love the name. You can use the quiz that ID, which is basically 4844656 to basically join the quiz, right? I can download that. Yeah, definitely. Samriddhi, hi. Nice to see you. Right. So, guys, most of us are saying it's a transitive verb. What if I actually tell you it's actually not transitive? It's an intransitive verb. You know why? Because there is no object here. All you actually have here is an adjective. मतलब वो चल रही है. right? But kaise chal rahi hai? She's walking very, very fast, or she's walking fast. So it is not really a transitive verb because there is no object. It's an adjective. Anything that describes is an adjective. This is going to be an intransitive verb. So 8 of you are correct, and 8 of you are like, you need to go back to the last video and watch it again. Make sure that you do. Next one. He waited for an hour. An hour. I want to. Better. Cool. I think it's better now. It took me so long to do this. All right, cool. Yes. Okay, interesting. Great. All right, guys, I am definitely back. Sorry for that. All right, sorry for the delay. Because All right, let's get started with the next question. Here, a lot of you said that it's an intransitive verb, right? Let me check my voice again. I just want to make sure that yes, it's there. Did it. Great. Thank you everybody for waiting. I'm sorry. There are a lot of technical glitches. He waited for an hour for you. Guys, there is an object here. It's going to be a transitive verb, right? T-Rex, hi. Dilip, I want you to make sure that you refresh your system, right? He waited for an hour for you. So make sure whenever there is an object, you think about transitive verb and not intransitive. Next one. My dad folded the t-shirts. What here is the direct object, right? It's a very straightforward sentence. My dad folded the t-shirts. What here is the direct object? right? Do you think dad, folded, or t-shirt, which one of the words is actually the object in the sentence? You know subject, object, and verb. If you don't know, you have to go to the previous video to check that out, right? Most of us, oh, four, interestingly, four says folded, four says t-shirts. Uh, oh, yes, name is Ansh. Interesting. Hi, Ansh. Nice to see you. Some say dad is the, guys, dad is actually the subject. Folded is the verb, and you exactly know what exactly is the object. T-shirt is the object. Guys, you need to understand that t-shirt is going to be the object because that's on which the action is happening. Object is on which something, an action happens, or somebody or something who receives the action. Dad or not dad, but what do I say? Subject is somebody who does the action, right? All right, let's move on to the next one. I think these are sex. We are left with 2-3 questions for this quiz. Let's invite your friends as well. Who slash what is the subject here, right? The speaker is the subject. The sentence has no subject. Friends who are talking. Who is the subject in the sentence, right? Let's invite your friends as well. Friends who are talking. One of us says the sentence has no subject. Most of us are saying that the speaker is the action doer. All right, friends who are talking. Bianca, hi. Nice to see you. That's good. That's good. Friends who are talking, only one of us says that the sentence has no subject. That is interesting. All right, guys. When you think about the sentence, it's basically somebody speaking something, right? There's an exclamation, there's no quotation, but it's somebody speaking something. So I would say that the sentence itself has no subject, right? There is nobody actually doing the action in the sentence. So option number 2 is correct, which is the yellow one. The sentence has no subject, right? I think this is it. I don't know how to show you guys the how do I say it? Reset result. Do you guys know how to show the result? Show correct answers and participants know. I want to actually show you the result because that would be download the result. That would be interesting. Let's see what exactly is the result because I don't think I'll be able to say. I'll be able to see it. Oh, this result is not going to be a leaderboard result. I think I'll have to learn that and come back to you. All right, let's continue with our presentation from the current slide now that we are done with our recap quiz. Now, why did we do that? You need to revise whatever you learned, guys. Otherwise, you're not going to remember it and it's just going to be bad when you actually go and sit down for your exams, right? Now, let's quickly recap what we did in the last class. And if you want to watch the entire thing, then you'll have to go and watch the mentee quiz and class 6 class session, which happened yesterday. It's a 3-hour thing, but my slot is the first hour. So watch that, right? What exactly are verbs? We already know it basically shows either an action. I'm going to go very, very fast here because we're again recapping everything that we did in the last class, right? It shows an action, it shows a state of being, or say something about a noun or a pronoun. I will definitely bring ICSE. Half exams are near. Maya, that's why we're doing this revision sprint series so that we can revise everything quickly. Transitive verb. The only thing I want you to think about transitive verb is the fact that there is an object there. If there is no object, then it's not going to be transitive verb, right? It also doesn't make sense. So the sentence is not going to be correct. So transitive verbs actually need an object to make sense. Right? Now, what about the vice versa of it? What about the other part, which is basically intransitive verb? Here you will see, he smiled actually is a correct sentence. यहाँ पे किसी और चीज की जरूरत नहीं है to make meaning of the sentence, right? So whenever there is a sentence जहाँ पे there is no object, right? जहाँ पे there is no object, but the sentence still makes sense. Those verbs are actually going to be called intransitive verbs, right? So intransitive verbs don't really need an object to make sense, right? So transitive, intransitive. We also discussed that some verbs can be intransitive and transitive, both depending upon how it is used in a sentence, right? Sorry, my handwriting using the pen is not good. Make sure that you take your handwriting lessons very seriously. Right? So a verb can be transitive and intransitive depending how it is used in a sentence. Right? Linking verbs, you already know. Subject, subject complement, linking verbs. Subject, linking verbs basically link the subject and subject complement. What I asked you yesterday to do was to remember that complement, the word, is literally what you give to each other, right? So it's basically an adjective, something that describes you. Hey, tum aaj अच्छे लग रहे हो. Hey, your hair look good, or that you have a beautiful handwriting. So what are we doing? We are essentially describing things when we are complimenting them, right? So linking verbs connect subject and subject complement. That is all you need to remember. What about the last thing that we did? Last thing that we did was helping verbs. That is, I want you to think about you and your best friend, right? You are helping your best friend in describing an action, right? So whenever you're thinking about helping verbs, I want you to think about what? You and your best friend describing an action. Now action, past, present, future, kabhi bhi ho sakta hai. Don't worry, right? So these four type of verbs that we learned yesterday, right? What we're going to do today is a little bit more different, right? Now we've already revised this. We're going to learn a little bit more about verbs. Ma'am, tomorrow is my exam for English. Dilip, all the best. I hope it goes really, really well. If you need any help, you can, of course, write it in the comment section. I will check, right? Don't worry. If you guys have your exams anytime soon, we are there to help. And there are a lot of other people who are there to help, right? Let's learn a little bit more about verbs. Today, we are going to do something which is along the lines of a little overlapping with tenses as well. Now, if you don't know what tenses is, guys, you're going to either have to check out another video or you're going to have to wait till I teach tenses, right? So we are going to learn a little bit more about verbs. Before that, I want you to think about the questions that we are going to be able to answer today. First question is, of course, what are regular and irregular verbs, right? So please, a lot of focus on here because this session will also help you solve the assignment that I will give you after the class is over. So Dilip, make sure if this is coming in your exam that you attempt the assignment and let me know in the comment section ki assignment attempt kiya bhi ya nahi. How did you find the assignment? Right? How is a regular verb different from an irregular verb? The difference between the two, and of course some doubt solving time, since most of you are active right now, so you can just ask your doubts right now to me and I can solve it, how it works. All right, so this leads us to the learning outcomes for the session. Learning outcomes kya hote hain? It's something that you would be able to do jab tak session khatam hoga, right? Agar main aise session padhana start kar dungi, that doesn't make sense. What I want you to know is ki ye do cheeze to hum karke gaye is session mein. For the next 1 hour that you're with me, we are going to be achieving these two things. ठीक है? So session के खत्म होने तक ये तो जरूर हो चुका होगा. First is, of course, solve questions using regular and irregular verbs. जो मैं assignment दूंगी उसमें बहुत सारे questions हैं, you would be able to solve. And of course, list the simple past and past participle form of verb. Now I'll go into details, a little bit of detail about कि एक form कैसे होते हैं ताकि आप exam में बैठो तो ऐसा ना लगे कि इसका past participle या इसका simple past form क्या था. Right? So these two learning outcomes we are going to try and achieve in today's session. Uske baad, of course, I will give you the assignment. So make sure that you attempt that. Now let's get started. There is a quiz in the next 5 to 10 minutes. So make sure that you stick around for that and keep the chat active because I can definitely, see the chat. Right. All right. So let's get started by talking about what exactly are regular and irregular verbs. Verbs can be divided into two categories, right? One is, of course, regular and second is, of course, irregular. Very basic. Right now, you will ask me, ma'am, why do we even divide verbs into two of them? On what basis are they being divided? Now, on what basis ये division होता है कि ये regular verb है या irregular verb है? It is based on how they form their past and simple past and past participle. Right? So the division happens according to how they form their simple past and past participle form. That is something that you have to remember. Right? So whenever somebody talks about regular and irregular verbs kya hote hain, you should be able to tell it in a second. You're like, okay, this is what it is. Right? Now, let's try to understand what are regular and irregular verbs. What we're going to do is we are going to guess कि ये word regular है या irregular verb है. एक बड़ा simple है. If you're watching this video later, make sure that you pause and think about it. Like I told you, active learning. I would want you to sit with a pen and a notebook for sure, because I would want you to pause this video time and time again to work with it if you're working with it later. right? Or after the live stream is done. So let's get started. Literally. So this is work, worked, and worked, right? So I want you to focus here, right? What do you think? Is it a regular verb or an irregular verb? No? All right. Regular verb or an irregular verb? Work. Okay. All right. Okay. Guys, I can't shut the live chat on YouTube, unfortunately. I'm sorry. So work, worked, worked, right? What I want you to focus on is here, right? So ed and ed here. Next, right? Awake, awoke, awoken. यहाँ पे you will notice the ed is not there, right? So we have awake, awoke, and awoken, but there is no ed here, right? What about the next one? There is dream. All of us like to dream. There is dream, dreamt, and dreamt, right? So this is option one, option two, option three, right? You will notice that these are same. Dreamt and dreamt are the same, right? What about this one? What if I add an ed to dream and actually make it dreamed, right? So let's quickly recap what we try to do here. I showed you the first word, which was work. Work का बन गया worked and worked, जिसमें ed लगाया हमने. Awake became awoke and awoken. यहाँ पे कोई ed was not there. यहाँ पे कोई ed नहीं लगा. And then there was dream and dreamt, dreamt. यहाँ पे again no ed, but we see that these two words are the same, right? Again, just note these differences initially. Nothing heavy, very simple. Dream May, all we added was ed, and then it became dreamed and dreamed, right? Again, very, very simple. Right? Now I want you to think about something called what we've been discussing, right? Regular verbs and irregular verbs. Now, regular verbs are called regular because they have a set pattern. वहाँ पे set pattern होता है, तो उसमें ज़्यादा fight मारने की ज़रूरत पड़ती नहीं है. What you actually have to do is actually add ed to form their past and past participle form. Now, what exactly do I mean by that? For example, let's say the verb is ask, right? You add ed to it and it becomes asked and asked. Simple. Literally, there's nothing that you had to do. मतलब word को change भी नहीं करना पड़ा, and all you had to do was add ed. Add, added, and added. Love, loved, loved. This is the first rule I want you to remember. Regular verbs are called regular verbs because they have a set pattern, right? The only thing that you need to do is add ed to it to make its past and past participle form. Now, this is definitely, I would say, where do I write it? This, I would say, is definitely rule number one, right? Now, what about if you have to change the word in order to make its past and past participle form? How do you do that in regular verbs? There are two rules for this, right? When the word ends in y, we change the y to I and add ed. Example में ज़्यादा समझ में आएगा. Study, you will notice that study में there is a y here, right? अब according to the rule we know कि y को हमें I में convert करना है, and उसके बाद क्या करना है? We have to add ed. There's nothing else to it. So you may convert the y into an I and then add an ed. Same thing, marry is the word which is ending in a Y. Now, what you actually have to do to convert it into past and past participle form, you will convert the Y into an I and add an ED. That's it. That's all you have to do. So this is one rule that I definitely want you to remember. Let me write rule number one because that will help us remember. What I want you to remember is कि अगर कोई word y में end हो रहा है and it is a regular verb, guys, y will change into an I और उसमें सिर्फ ed add करना है, that's it, right? But what about the fact when the word already has an e in the end, right? So हम ed तो add कर रहे हैं, पर अगर word के end में already there is an e, what exactly do you do then? So when the word already has an e, we only have to add a d. It's literally that simple. So the words like, right? All you have to add is a d, right? Like का बन गया liked, and mate, right? And then you all only have to add a d to make it a past and past participle form, right? I'm not able to find the schedule. Dilip, I will comment with the links for the same, so don't worry. And yesterday, Dilip, if you check the chats, I've actually commented on yesterday's assignment as well. So you will find all the links there, right? Okay, so sorry guys, I'm not looking that much at the chat box right now. I'm mostly trying to explain. All right. So regular verbs, we know regular verbs have a set pattern first, right? उसमें क्या add करना पड़ता है? ed add करना पड़ता है to make the past and past participle form. Great. We got that much. उसके बाद अगर it's a regular verb which is ending in a y को हटाकर you have to add an I and ed. पर अगर word already has an e, then you don't have to do anything. You just have to add a d. So like, liked, liked, love, no, yeah, loved, loved, right? So love is another example. Love is another example because it's ending in a e. So what exactly will I have to do? I'll have to make it loved. All I had to do was add a d. So regular verbs may, these are certain things very important that you have to remember, right? Now, of course, regular verbs hai, irregular verbs bhi hote hai. The reason why irregular verbs are called irregular verbs is because koi set pattern hota hai nahi. There's no set pattern, so they change very vastly when they actually convert from base form to past and past participle form. Don't worry, we'll look at it and then we'll have a menti quiz. So on this information itself, so agar if you're not paying attention, you will not be able to perform on the quiz. So make sure that you pay attention and ask your doubts in the chat box if you have any. Uh, Saloni, hi Saloni. I think we've met before. Good morning. Nice to see you. Right, guys, do reply in the chat box with this question. I want to know. And if you're watching the video later, please make sure that you pause here and actually check if you got it or not. He liked to study in the morning. Study is a verb. Hmm? Is study a regular verb or yes or no? Aditya, hi. Nice to see you. Yeah, सबने hi बोल दिया. Astha, hi. Nice to see you too. Is study a regular verb or an irregular verb? Right? I will not give you the answer. I would want you to comment in the section. Comment in the section. I want you to go to the comment section, pause the video, and actually just type out what do you think is the answer. Right? Regular verb or an irregular verb? If you don't know, make sure that you go back to the video, check out the portion that we just covered, and then attempt the question. Right? This question will tell you कि concept समझ में आया भी या नहीं, or everything is just literally going on top of you. Alright. We got it? Let's try to understand irregular verbs. Thank you so much. You guys are cute as well. I can't see you guys, but I bet you are. Right? Irregular verbs from right? Irregular verbs form their past and past participle form in many ways. Now, as I told you, irregular verbs may the reason why they're called irregular verbs is there's no set pattern. So, जो वो past और past participle form बनाते हैं, right? In many ways, so they go around weirdly, right? Weirdly, there are a lot of different ways that they can form the past and past participle, right? So I want to actually see if I can pause. No, I can't. All right. So examples may, if you will see this word go, went, gone, right? You will see एक word से दूसरे words and the third word, it's changing a lot of different forms, right? And then there is something like win, won, won, right? यहाँ पे तीनों words different है. यहाँ पे two words are same, and then there is begin, began, begun, right? So all of these are actually irregular verbs. अब समझ में आ गया होगा why are they called irregular verbs? Because they change their forms in many ways, like it's written here, right? Let's try to understand it a little bit more क्योंकि इससे तो समझ में नहीं आने वाला. This is too basic to understand irregular verbs. Now we're gonna try and understand irregular verbs. तीन ways में form होते हैं, and what are these three ways, right? First is that all three forms are the same, right? For example, put, lent, learnt, learnt, right? Now you will see कि इसमें सारी तीन forms are the same, right? There is no change that I'm doing. I'm not adding ed, I'm not adding d, I am not changing the y into an I. All I did was copy pasted the same thing for simple past and past participle, right? So when all three forms are the same, it's basically, it's actually an irregular verb, right? So first rule that I want you to remember in terms of irregular verb is that all three forms can be the same, right? So put is an example of the kind of irregular verb जिसमें सारी forms same ही रहती हैं, right? What if I tell you कि दो words same है और एक is different? That can also happen, right? So only two forms are same. For example, sit, which is the base form, then there is sat and sat. So these two are twins. Okay? Then there is make and then there is made and made. These two are twinsies. And then there is meet and met, and these two are twinsies. So what I want you to remember is key only two forms are the same. Sometimes when you see this, you automatically know this is an irregular verb, right? Because या तो सारी form same होगी या तो only two forms are the same. What about all three forms are different from each other, right? So eat, ate, eaten, speak, spoke, spoken, drink, drank, drunk, right? So what exactly do I mean by this? I basically mean to say that there are irregular verbs जहाँ पे तीनों forms are very different from each other, right? So when you look at this, when you look at eat, ate, eaten, you know it is an irregular verb. So the दिमाग लगाने की जरूरत ही नहीं, you already know, right? So what are the three forms that we discussed, right? First was all three forms same. This is all three forms में से two forms are same, one is different. ठीक है, जो base form होती है वो अलग होती है, and इसमें all three forms are different from each other. So आपका base form, past participle, simple past, all of them are very different from each other, right? So this is, let me write it down. This is three. I'll leave my phone in a bit. Then there is two. And of course, there is the one that we discussed, right? So let's not forget it because this is going to be very important to understand how do we actually go about creating irregular verbs, right? Let's do a quick quiz. Again, this quiz has 10 questions. The code is 8137014. I'm going to wait for the next couple of minutes, not minutes, but next couple of seconds for you to join in because I think there's always a lag in YouTube, right? And then we're going to get started. Do I want to discard it? Yes, I want to discard it. Cool. Let's go to this one, right? All right. Let me know whenever you're here. The quiz is basically code is 8137014. Only one of us is here. It's just the game. So guys, study the word study. I want to know the base form to likha hai hua hai. I want to know the past participle and the simple past form. So study, studied, studied, studying, and studied. What do you think is the correct answer? Right? Three of us, so there are two of us who are saying that it's studied, and one for the each saying it's study and studying. Not bad. All right, guys, give me a second. I'm actually gonna have to go to my phone. So all right, and we are back. The reason why I need my phone is because I will not be able to see you, the live chat, if I'm actually not active on it. Okay. So let's make sure that we're very active. Yeah, there are nine of us. Cool. All right. Most of us have given the correct answer. Yes, guys, it's actually option number A, which is studied, right? So studied is the correct answer. Great. All right. Let's move on to the next question. We add ed in regular verbs to make their past and past participle form. Is it correct? Aditya, you're absolutely correct, by the way. What do you think, guys? Do we add an ed to regular verbs to make their past and past participle form? Kishan, ma'am is not coming. Could you try to refresh your system a little bit? Because I think that might be an issue. Okay. All right. Aditya Dubey. Aditya, of course, we met before. It's so nice to see you. I think we had met after a very long time, after months. All right. Guys, we definitely need, it's true. Five of us are absolutely correct. Guys, it's definitely true. We need to add an ed to make it the past and past participle form. Right? What about the next one? Can all three forms be same in irregular verbs? Yes, they can be. No, they cannot be. Sometimes they can be. Now, these are the kind of questions which make you think. अगर ये questions clear नहीं होंगे, you will not be able to solve the questions in exam. So make sure that you are attempting these questions and you're actually able to understand कि समझ में आया या नहीं समझ में आया. Right? And if you don't understand the course, you can write it in the chat box and I can read it. Aditya, I love the dab thing. It's so cute. I did not know that was an emoji. Anyway, all three forms can be the same. Yes, they can be. Two of us are saying no. And three of us are sometimes saying कि sometimes. Guys, option number, this is a trick question. Most of us will say yes, ma'am, they can be. But guys, sometimes they can be. Hamisha they are not. हमेशा they are not the same. Remember बताया था या तो three forms same होगी या तो two forms are going to be same या all three forms are going to be different from each other. You need to remember that. Alright, so three of you give yourself some pat on the backs. I don't know which ones it is, but I love the emojis you're using in the chat box. I've never seen them. Uh, Panasi, I'm so sorry. I don't know what that face means, but okay. Eat, ate, eat it. Oh, what am I doing? I shouldn't give the answer. What do you think is the past participle form of eat? Simple past likha hua hai. Ate is there. What do you think is the correct answer? Most of us. Oh, somebody says eat it. That's interesting. All right. Uh, all right. Okay. Nice to. Yes, thank you. Dilip, of course, we love you too, so don't worry. Actually, we love every student. Perfect. Okay, eat, ate, eaten. Guys, past participle form of eat is eaten. It's not eated. It's not a regular verb. It's an irregular verb. So ed लगा के काम नहीं चलेगा. You'll actually have to either I won't say rectify it, but practice a lot. Otherwise, you will forget it. I will actually tell you the tip to work with irregular verbs, which my teacher gave me when I was a student, which worked like a miracle. Oops, I broke the flower pot. Broke is which form of break? Present, simple past, or past participle? Hi, go. Vistrina. I don't know how to pronounce your name. I think I'm mutilating it. Vistrina. Hi. Uh, Deepak Kumar says I'm Harshita. Aditya, of course. We love you too. Yes. Eaten. Yes, guys. It's actually absolutely correct. Guys, broke. Which form is break? Which form of break? Alright. Simple past. Yes, most of us are saying, ma'am, it's simple past. Some of us are like, ma'am, it's past participle. Guys, it's actually simple past. So five of us are absolutely correct. Give us some pat on the back right now, because it's absolutely correct. It's simple past. It's not past participle. Broke, break, broke, broken. Broken is going to be the past participle. So simple past is absolutely the correct answer. You guys are amazing. So thank you so much for even joining the session and being active. What is the present continuous form of the word work? Present continuous. So abhi chal raha hai. I want you to think about that. Not past participle, not simple past, but the present continuous form. Right? Past participle. Mohan, it's nice to see you active. Rihanna. Oh, your name is Rihanna. That is an interesting name. I like it. Not bad. That's good. All right. Yes, guys, most of us are absolutely correct, which is working. So ing form, I will tell you more about it in 2 minutes. But ing form actually comes when an action is going on in the present. So present continuous form is an ing form, and 6 of you deserve a round of applause. You get it because it's applause and it's round. All right. I think we are almost there to the end of this quiz, so let's quickly get done with it. Put is a dash verb. Regular, irregular, or it can be irregular and regular both. Somebody already says regular, so might and proudy. Nice, proudy. So mighty and proud. That's the word. Yes. Yes. My name is Samriddhi. Oh, Mohan, your name is Samriddhi. You guys, I think use your parents' account. That is why I'm not able to understand whose name is what. But Samriddhi, I will definitely try to remember all of you so that when I meet you in the next class, I exactly know. Right? Put is a verb dash verb, regular or irregular. Most of you are saying regular, guys. That is an irregular verb. Remember, put. Guys, it's an irregular verb. All three forms of put are the same. No, it's not a regular verb. Don't think like that in the exam. See, it's good to make mistakes here rather than making mistakes in the exam. Oh my god, it's not a regular verb. Irregular, guys. Irregular. Yes, guys, you're absolutely correct. It is a irregular verb. Somebody said in the chat box that it's regular. irregular. Hi Bhumika, it's nice to see you. Your names are very different on YouTube, just saying. Last question, I think now. Alright, okay. I think we're back. Let me just check quickly if everything is working. I feel like yeah, it's working. Cool. I think we are almost done with this quiz. Yes. Alright. Alright. Let's get done with the last. I think this is the last question. Yes. This was the last question. It's good to see everyone. Figuring this out, I think is quite a bit. Definitely. Okay. All right. Let's move on to the last bit of our presentation from the current slide. We are definitely done with this quiz, right? We have some more explanation, then there's the last quiz, and then I will tell you where you can find the resources for this session in the comment section. Definitely, I will pin the comment. Sorry, guys, so many technical issues. It's crazy. Yes, now your voice is clear. I hope so. It's so much work. Cool. Now, remember when I was saying can a verb be regular and irregular? Yes, that's true. It can be both. I will tell you how. Now look at this word. Where is my pen? Pen is a pain, by the way. Okay, so there is this word called spoil, right? When you leave food out in the kitchen for a very long time, spoil. राइट नाउ स्पॉइल्ड में अगर मैं ed ऐड कर दूं then I get spoiled, right? And then I get spoiled. That's it. But example है burn. they make us spoil and then so when I added Pearl is I'll have to get this checked very soon. Good. All right. I think we're good. That takes a lot of time. I'll have to get my system checked. Clearly, something is not working. Anyway, but we have 30 minutes to get Jaiswal. Jaiswal, we have met before. Have we? I feel like we have. But thank you, guys, for letting me know that you can't hear me and keep giving me updates in the chat box in case you can't, because that will help me to check my system. Right? So, is drink a regular or an irregular verb? Quickly let me know in the chat box, and if you're watching the session, of course, later, then you can write the answer in the comment section and let me know if you actually got what exactly is a regular and an irregular verb, right? This is a for table that I want you to look at. It's super important. It's crazy important, right? So whenever I kept saying base form, and you were like, ma'am, what? Guys, this is what base form is. Let me change the color of this pen because otherwise it won't work. So this is what the base form is. Base form is basically called V1 form. So whenever I say V1, you know I'm referring to the basic words. So teach, learn, feel, make, drink. All of these are basically base forms. Then when you actually say simple past, you know what you actually use when you're using past tense. So that is called a V2 form of the verb. So whenever somebody says V2, you exactly know what they're mentioning. So teach ka becomes taught, learn ka becomes learned, feel ka becomes felt, make ka become made, and drink ka become drank. Now past participle form is the Past participle form is the V3 form. So taught, learned, felt, made, and drunk. All of these, except the learned, I think are actually irregular verbs. This is a regular verb. This is irregular, and the rest of it are also irregular. Now, remember when I was saying the present continuous form, this is the present participle. जो का V का plus ing. So teach, यहाँ पे wait, let me get the cursor. Teach plus ing becomes teaching. Learn plus ing becomes learning. Feel plus ing becomes feeling. Make plus ing becomes making. इसमें e हटा देना है, by the way. Drink plus ing becomes drinking. So this is called VING form, which is the present participle. Why am I giving so much gyan at all? Is because this is important for you to know. V1, V2, V3 क्या होता है is super important. Because sometimes people might say, oh, what is the V2 form of learn? You don't even know what V2 form is. You will not be able to answer. Right? So I want you to remember what is the V2 and V3 form of the verb. And of course, V1 is the base form, the most basic form of the verb. Right? So make sure that you screenshot this in your screens, and if you watch the video later, then also you can take a screenshot, keep it with you just as a reference, or you can find a lot of different references on Google as well. So make sure that you know what is V2, V1, and V3. Right? Deepak is like, oh, it's easy peasy. Quickly, I will tell you what are some question types that you can expect. I think, Dilip, you also have an exam tomorrow. Yes, you have an exam tomorrow. And for everybody else who might be having their exams anytime soon. Common question types with some examples. Fortunately, I have not written the answers this time because I was smart. I was like, oh, I will only give you questions. So what I want you to do, guys, later on, I want you to watch the recap of what you will do is actually watch the recap of this live stream, and you will actually take a notebook and what am I saying? Take a notebook and attempt these questions by yourself. Or if you are feeling really brave about your English skills, then make sure that you write all the answers in the comment section so I can look at it later and check it for you if you want me to do that. Right? Ma'am, screen is not clear. Okay. Yeah. Aditya, all the best. I hope it goes well. So write the past and past participle form. This is a very common 1 or 2 mark questions that you can get. कि swim दे दिया आपको उसका past and past participle form लिखना है. V1 form दिया हुआ है, V2 form लिखना है और V3 form लिखना है. No VING form, no. No present participle, just past and past participle. Ye question, make sure that you attempt by yourself. Write the answers in the comment section, or you already know your notebook is your best friend. So make sure that you practice, right? I'm so excited for the exam. I was never excited for the exam. I used to be like, no. All right. Use the correct past and past participle form. Here, there are two variations. दो तरीके से questions आते हैं usually. Again, these are usually 2 to 3 to 4 mark question, not more. Right? He dash me a letter yesterday. So write का past या past participle form यहाँ पे आएगा. Wrote. He wrote me a letter yesterday. He written me a letter yesterday. So what you have to decide is kaun sa wala form of the verb is correct, and then you have to write it in the fill in the blank. Literally that easy. But sometimes teachers are nice. ये वाला option ज़्यादा easy है. I dash. We will win the debate. I think we will win the debate. Or I thought we would win the debate. राइट सो दिस में आपको 2-3 ऑप्शंस दिए होते हैं और उसमें से डिसाइड करना पड़ता है कि आंसर सही है या गलत. राइट सो ऑप्शन नंबर 3 एंड 4 है इजी. ऑप्शन नंबर 1 एंड 2 में ज्यादा ब्रेन पावर लगता है फ्रॉम व्हाट आई नो. सो गाइज एग्जाम में ये क्वेश्चंस आते हैं, सो मेक श्योर दैट यू प्रैक्टिस इनफ इरेगुलर वर्ब्स के साथ ताकि आपको पता हो कि इसका फॉर्म क्या बनता है पास्ट और पास्ट पार्टिसिपल में, क्योंकि हमेशा ये फॉर्म्स आपको टीचर नहीं देगी. नो ऑफेंस, दे आर नॉट गोना गिव यू दीज फॉर्म्स एवरी टाइम बिकॉज दिस मेक्स द क्वेश्चन वेरी वेरी इजी. डिफिकल्ट बनाने के लिए मैम आपको सिर्फ ये वर्ड दे देगी राइट और राइट विच इज द बेस फॉर्म V1 फॉर्म ऑफ द वर्ब, और फिर आपको बता देंगी पास्ट पार्टिसिपल जो सही लगता है बना के फिल इन द ब्लैंक्स में लिख देना है. राइट सो दिस वन super easy. This one a little complicated. This is the one that can also come. इसमें दो चीजें करनी है. It is a regular verb or irregular verb. For example, feed. Feed regular verb है या irregular verb है, पहले मैं ये decide करूंगी. उसके बाद I have to select the correct past form. So V2 form of the verb I have to select. Yes. Thank you guys. You guys are cuter, I bet. Right. Select the correct past form. So I feeded the cat dinner. So fed correct answer है या feeded correct answer है, whatever you think is the correct answer. Make sure guys ये 3 exercises you please practice by yourself. The more practice you get, the better for you. And of course there are a lot of other resources also on the internet which you can use to practice. वरना grammar books zindabad always. I used to practice a lot from grammar books. ठीक है? So दो 2-part question. Is it a regular or an irregular verb? And of course, what is the correct past form V2 form of the verb that is there? Easy. Very easy question actually. Again, these questions will not come for more than 2 to 3 marks. Depends also upon how many chapters you are being given for grammar. ज़्यादा chapters होंगे तो maximum 2 to 3 marks से ज़्यादा का ये आने वाला है नहीं. Right, so make sure that you are very mentally prepared कि कौन सा chapter कितने marks के लिए आएगा. Right, let's get to the last quiz of the day. This is what I want you to take a look at, which is 5385395. This is the last quiz of the day, guys. Then we are going to, of course, summarize the session. We cannot go. Hi, Jyoti. Hi. We cannot go without summarizing the session. So I hope everybody is joined. Let me discard the. Yes, let me check if everything is working fine. Great. I'm very proud of myself. All right. So the code is 5385395. Right. So this is going to be based on everything we have just studied. Make sure that you join and then we can get started. Hi, Amit says, hi, my name is Shruti. Shruti, nice to see you in the session. A little late, but that's chill. Right? I'm waiting, guys, whenever you're your dad. I think you're using your dad's account or your sister or brother's account because it's showing as Deepak. So that's why the confusion. Yes. All right, guys. I dash in that chair last week. Sit, sat, sitting. Right? What do you think is the correct answer? This is the last quiz, and then we are going to wrap up the session. We're going to summarize it, and I'm going to tell you about the assignment that we have to do. There are at least 9 of us active. I'm at least expecting 6 responses, and then we can go forward. 5. Okay, fair enough. All right. So some of us say sit in the. Okay, I want you to think about this for a second here. Last week, right? How do I say last week? Now, last week, is it present, past, or future? Last week क्या करा था हमने? Last week you slept, you ate, you studied, maybe, right? Guys, last week is past tense. Past के लिए you're always going to use the V2 form, sit, sat. Yes, V2 form, which is a simple past form. This is the VING form, sitting. You're going to use sat. So 6 of you can give yourself some pat on the backs because, guys, your answer is absolutely correct. I sat in that chair last week, not sit. Right? Let's move on to the next question. They dash us at the store. They dash us at the store. Met, meet, and meeting. What do you think is the correct answer? Meet. They meet us at the store. Okay. Most of us are like, Mohan already said, oh, it's a lot of you actually give answers in the chat box, which is interesting. Guys, you can of course use the go to menti.com and actually just put in the code and you can become a part of the live Menti quiz, which I think all of you enjoy. I enjoy it, right? Most of us, this is coming in percentage. Half of us say meet and half of us say met. I'm realizing I initially said that the answer is met. They met us at the store. Met is past, right? Meet is basically present. So they meet us at the store. I would say the more preferred answer would be met and not meet. It would be they met us at the store, right? What about this question? Bholu dash his homework last night. Began, begin, began. I don't even know what the last word is. Beganed something. Anyway, ignore that. So Bholu dashed his homework last night. Is it began, begin, or began? All right. Okay. All right. Let's understand what the answer is. Bholu dashed his homework last night. Began his homework. Most of you say it's began. Guys, it's correct. Began is the correct answer. You know why? Because began is the past form. Last night. Guys, last night ho gayi, right? Matlab abhi to it's not happening. It's not gonna happen in the future. So it is last night. Last night means you will use the past tense, which is began and not begin. And ये तो guys word है ही नहीं. So I think you guys are smart enough to know that this is not even a word. So it's not the correct answer, clearly. Let's try to understand the next question. इसमें दो Phillips है. He dashed the baby dash in his arms. First option is hold / care. Held / carefully. Manoj, the quiz is, I'll just type it. 5385 395. Oh wow, I'm literally just, I can't believe I'm typing this. 85395. It's there on the screen. Make sure that you are becoming a part of the quiz. It's amazing. He dashed the baby in his arms. So none of us say that it's option number A. Most of us say it's option number C or it's option number B. Held. He held the baby carefully in his arms. He holding the baby careful in his arms? No. Guys, 57% of you are absolutely correct. Which is the correct answer? He held the baby in the past, right? Carefully in his arms, right? When you're doing an act, it's going to be carefully. Now, when your mother says, oh, be very careful, don't fall off from the bike, that word is used there, right? So there's a difference. What about this one? While on the trip, I was dashed by mosquitoes, which is, by the way, real story. Whenever I go outside, I feel like it's just like mosquito fest. They're everywhere. Especially during rainy seasons, they just become like crazy. Um, while on the trip, I was dashed by mosquitoes. Bite, bitten, or bit. Most of us are like, oh ma'am, it's option number C, which is bitten, which is good. Held carefully. Dilip, you're absolutely correct. You're gonna crush your exam tomorrow. Just saying. I really, really hope it goes well. Right? What is this Menti? Amit, Menti is what we use to take live online quizzes, like we are having one right now. So make sure that you go to menti.com, put in this code, and actually join the quiz. It's fun. A lot of it. Right, Deepak, you're absolutely right. It is bitten. So 75% of you are absolutely correct. That the answer is bitten, right? So while on the trip, I was bitten by mosquitoes. This, guys, is the past participle form. It's not the simple past form, right? So the third V3 column, that exactly is what bitten is. Awake is a regular verb. True or false? Very simple. Awake is a regular verb. Is it true? False? Neither true nor false. What do you think? I think some of you like, oh ma'am, it's one of them. Two of you say that it's true. Okay, interesting. This is a regular verb. All right, I'm still waiting for a lot of I'm late. Yes, Kinjal, hi. It's okay, you're late. You can watch the recap of the session anytime. So yeah, and you can of course chat with me on the YouTube comment section because it's amazing. Right. Most of us say it's true. Guys, awake is an irregular verb. Awaked. I don't think that's a thing. Awake, awoke, awoken. So it's basically going to be it's false. It's an irregular verb. I want you to make sure that you're practicing a lot with irregular verbs. What about next one? Dan dashed to school because he missed the bus. Walk, walking, or walked. Right? Now think about this here. I want you to think about this word here. Think about, is it past, हुआ था, present, हो रहा है, or it's going to happen in the future? Is it going to be will or shall or would, right? All of those things will happen in the future. So, it's written there, bache. Kinjal, it's 538599395. That's the code, right? Most of us say walked. The reason why I highlighted this word in the first place, guys, walked, happened. Dan walked to school because he missed the bus. अब past में वो bus को miss करके अभी थोड़ी ना walk करेगा. That makes sense. Dan walked to school because he missed the bus. Right? So option number, what percentage? 73% of us are like absolutely correct. Right? I think this is going to be the last question, second last. Past participle form of be is. Like be is the base form of the verb, right? What do you think is the past participle form of it? Be, being, being. Very interesting question. Most of us get it wrong. So Deepak says walked, clear. Sudhar Sanam, hi, nice to see you. I think this is the first time we're meeting, but welcome to the session. Right, I hope you enjoy it. We're almost done in the next 10 minutes, so let's get it done with. Be, past participle form of be is been. Guys, it is actually option number, the green bar, been. Been is the past participle form of be, right? So 46% of us are correct. There are still some people who are giving the answer as B. No, guys, it's not. It's not the correct answer. Last question. I think somebody already gave the answer for this one. What? Can we dash all the cookies in the jar? Can we eat, eaten, ate? Eat, eaten, ate. Which form of verb do you think is the correct answer? Most of us are like, being is the correct answer. Being is the correct answer? Really? Is it? Is it? Aditya, let me know in the chat box. Is it the correct answer? Guys, eat is the correct answer. We're talking about present tense. Can we eat all the cookies in the jar? Eaten is past participle. Ate is past. Right? So what I want you to remember is present, past. जैसे बताया था ना session के start में tenses का overlap is there. That is why what you have to remember. Right? So I think this is the last question. He dashed out the candles on his cake last night. Last night. Past tense. No present, no future. So blew, blow, blown. Most of us are like, Mama, it's eat. I don't know what you're referring to eat. Eat is correct. Yes, Aditya, eat is correct. You're absolutely correct. Blew. He blew out the candles? Do you think that's the correct answer? Blow, or he's blown out the candles? Yes, 56% of you are absolutely correct. Guys, give yourself some pat on the backs. You deserve it. It's option number B. The yellow bar, it says blew out the candles, right? Blew is the past form. Blown is the past participle. We are here talking about the past tense. So past के लिए क्या use करेंगे? Past, simple past, no. So he blew out the candles on his cake last night. I still don't know how to show you the. So these are the questions that we covered. I will definitely learn how to show you the leaderboard because I think I'm not able to, show it. That reset results? No, I'm not able to show it. No. Cool. Let me quickly summarize the session, and then of course I will let you be and be like, you can write whatever you want to know about me in the chat box, or you want to chit chat with me about something. Cool. Now let's quickly summarize what we have covered in this particular doubt solving session. And a lot of you have had doubts around, oh ma'am, what are the forms of the verb? What is a regular and irregular verb? I'm hoping that this is gonna solve it. Right? So regular verbs, you know exactly what are regular verbs. You usually add an ed. If there is a y, you cancel the y, add an I plus ed. Or if there is already an E, all you have to do is add a D. Literally. These are three things I want you to remember about regular verbs. Irregular verbs, no set pattern, ED nahi chalta isme. What you actually have to do is basically make sure that either all three forms are going to be the same, right? All three forms are going to be, what am I doing? All three forms are going to be the same, right? Right? Or two forms are going to be the same, or all three forms are going to be different, right? This is how you will know it is an irregular verb. Guys, please remember that. Right? And of course, we looked at some quite common question types. I want you to watch the recap of this session. Please make sure once the session is over, whenever you're free, you want to practice more, go back to the slide where I showed you the questions, practice them, write it in the comment section if you want to. Otherwise, notebook, Zindabar, make sure that you use that. Right? Also, guys, these sessions are very, very active. You can't just sit in the session, watch it like a YouTube video. It doesn't work like that. You have to be very, very active. You have to pause the video. You have to practice, and then you can continue the video. So make sure that you do that. Right? All right. Yes. Aditya, ma'am, assignment. Aditya, I will put the assignment in the chat box in the comment section, and you can link it from there. What I will also put is my what exactly is that called? Schedule. Schedule. I'll put my schedule. Sorry, guys, it's very early in the morning for me. Okay, what I want challenge for the day, or challenge for this session, I should call it. Share something about your present, past, and future. Right? I will share something about my present, past, and future because I think this is a good getting to know you activity. I want to know you better. So for present, I'm teaching, yes, right now to you and to a lot of other students. In past, I was a trainer. I was teaching teachers, right? So that's something about my past, present, and future. I want to continue to teach, and I want to hopefully meet all of you someday in real life, bump into you, and be like, "Hey, you taught me on YouTube, no?" So that is what I want about the future. Make sure you leave something about yourself for the present, past, and future in the chat box, and get to know me better. I will get to know you better. और कोई एग्जाम है तो प्लीज बता देना ताकि I can help you. Right? Other than that, yes, this is what I wanted you to come at. Where is my? This is not working for me. Okay, hold on. I want to change the color. Okay, don't forget to check out the schedule, guys. There is a sprint schedule. The next class कब होगी, कितने बजे होगी, उसमें सब लिखा है. I will link it in the comment section. Download the summary. I haven't made the summary yet. I will put it in the next 1 or 2 hours. So make sure that you come back to the video to watch the recap and to download the summary of the session. Right? It's going to be in the form of a graphic. So you print it, paste it anywhere you want, revise using the summary, and attempt the assignment. It has 20 questions that I've made. So make sure that you also attempt that. all of this ka link I'm going to leave in the comments because I didn't put it in the description box. And of course, favorite activity the last ka tha. Let me know something about your present, past, and future. It would be nice. Lakshmi, where are you from? Lakshmi says, where are you from? I'm from Delhi, Lakshmi. Where are you from? But it's nice to see you, Lakshmi. Yes. Wow. Okay. Whoa. When will be past form and present come? Present continuous coming. Dilip, you will use the form. I will explain it. You will use the form coming, right? When you are talking about present continuous tense. So ing is always used in continuous sense, whether you're talking about present continuous, past continuous, or future continuous, right? And what exactly? Past form. Come, came. Past ke liye, Dilip, we are going to use came. She came into my room, right? Or he came into the store. So whenever we're talking about only past, right? We're not talking about the action happening in the past, right? He was coming into the store. That is past continuous. But when I only say past, like simple past, it's going to be he came into the store, right? So Dilip, what you have to do is understand the difference between past and past continuous, or any form and its continuous form. Continuous forms talks about what that action is happening in that particular moment, in the past, in the future, or in the present. But simple past talks about that action simply without it occurring, at that point in time. That is something that I want you to remember. Yes, Mohan. Mohan, I was definitely Ananda. You are very late. I'm not going to deny that. But yes, Mohan, I was working there before. But now I'm here. Sanjeev, hi. Hi, Sanjeev. It's nice to see you. Lakshmi, you're from Andhra Pradesh. It's nice to know that. I think I have a friend from Andhra Pradesh. They are pretty amazing people. And I'm pretty sure, Lakshmi, you're also pretty amazing. So that's great. Um, but pehle somebody wrote something. I'm sorry. It's very difficult to read these at the same time. A student Nam. Oh, that's so good. Nam student. Oh, that's Aditya. I hope you crack the IAS wala exam, because that is a lot of ambition. One of my friends is actually currently preparing for her IAS. So it's very difficult, but I'm pretty sure you're smart enough and hardworking enough to get through. Okay? Mohan, you're from Mumbai. Nice. Dilip, definitely, Dilip, if you have any other issues, attend the live classes or leave the comment in the comment section, and we'll definitely come back to it. Hmm? You already know assignments. सब कुछ chat comment section में मिलेगा guys. मैं 2-3 बार post कर दूंगी ताकि you'll have to scroll through थोड़ा बहुत comments. Please कर लेना. And then links are given for the assignment, for the schedule, as well as for the summary for the session, which will come in the next 1 or 2 hours. Pakka. That's what I'll do after this class. 4 minutes, I want to quickly summarize. Thank you so much for having an amazing doubt session. There were at least 18 of us who are live right now. Okay. Make sure that you, of course, leave comments because I would love to know if you like the class. If you want me to change something, you want to give feedback, ma'am, this is not good, or ma'am, this is something that I want you to teach in the next class or something. Make sure that you let me know. Otherwise, मुझे पता नहीं चलेगा. ठीक है? Otherwise, there is, of course, the subscribe button. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel, which is what channel is it? It's class 6. Make sure that you subscribe because I would love to see more of you again and again, and I would like to memorize your names. So make sure that you subscribe and make sure that you hit the bell notification, that bell icon. You know, that tiny bell which is there. Make sure that you hit it because every time a new video comes out or a notification comes out, you would be able to see it first. So my videos or anybody else's videos on the channel, you'd be able to see all the notifications that happen. So all the action will happen only if you hit the bell icon. Right? Other than that, guys, for doubts, if you have any doubts, leave them in the comments, or you can, leave them in the Google form that is going to be shared in the Telegram group. Right? Now you're like, ma'am, what Telegram group? Make sure that you join the Telegram group using the link which I mentioned at the start of the session. Right? So all the doubts that you have, please make sure that you only fill the Excel sheet if you have doubts. Guys, if you don't have doubts, don't fill the Excel sheet, because yesterday I got a lot of different types of, questions which were not English grammar related, much less the topic. So please only join the Telegram group and fill out the Google form if you have any doubts. Otherwise, you can, of course, leave your comments in the chat section. Ah, that's so cute. Okay, cool. All right. Well, love you too, guys. I am going to. Any other thing that you want to talk to me about in the chat box? We have a minute left, and then I'm going to log out for this session. And of course, Astha. Hi, Astha Verma. Nice to see. My name is Asmita. Asmita, your name it shows is Lakshmi. That's why I was calling Lakshmi. Otherwise, I wouldn't have. I'm smart enough to know that. Cool. Sakshi, why do you want me to shout out your name? Sakshi, it's nice to see you. Good morning. I hope you're having a good day. Um, cool. Sakshi already did. Right? Nanda, Astha, I'm good. I hope you're also good. And Nanda, come. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but I'm glad I'm able to see you. Oh, your mother's name is Lakshmi. All right, guys. Great to have you in the session. I am going to log out for this session. Again, you already know where to find all the resources in the comment section. Look out for the comment section. Please come back to the video, watch it again. If something is not clear, leave a doubt in the comment section or join the Telegram group, whatever works for you. Right, I think we're done. And next time, guys, I will show you the leaderboard. I think I'm very retarded because I don't know how to show the leaderboard yet. So I'll do that. All right, I'm gonna log out for this session, guys. Let me. Bye. I'll see you.